and it's actually my daughter's birthday. I have a lot of family in town, so I'm just going for a little walk and want to talk about the this crypto downtrend that doesn't really seem like there's much end in sight, right? The market just keeps on crashing. Even the most bullish of people are talking bearish. And what do I think about it? What do you think about it? What are you doing with your portfolio? Are we in a multi-year crypto bear market? I'll let everyone kind of come into the chat here. I think we are, I want to make sure it's on a public. Sometimes I do these videos and they're not public, but yeah, so what do I think? What do I think? I think that crypto is still probably in a bull market, as crazy as that sounds. It's hard to find very many bulls out there right now, which means there, how many more sellers do we have, right? How many more sellers of crypto if like every big bull, right? The bulls are still in, right? People that just are into crypto, but like the traders, the people that come around and really move around a lot of money. So on crypto Twitter, you know, you have people like Kaleo Crypto, Trader SV, Shardy, ETH. You have all these people that are really into crypto because it makes a lot of money and gets them a large following, and they can start these private chats. And even most of them have turned bearish. Is it a crypto winner? It's amazing that, you know, some key things that I'm looking at is I do look at total market cap value and I look at the price of Bitcoin. Even though I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin, a lot of you people know I'm, you know, the Bitcoin Cash camp, but, you know, in terms of the broader markets and the price movement, it's very important to look at, you know, who holds a lot of market cap and traditional market movement. So I think the Bitcoin price has a strong floor at 20,000, which I don't think we'll get close to. And I think the total market cap has a very strong floor at $850 billion, which both those numbers are the last cycle tops. The last cycle tops. So that's your downside, in my opinion. Now, I've heard a lot of people calling for a $10,000 Bitcoin, and because they're looking at a chart that's suggesting it, but the market is very different today than the market that created the top in 2017, right? The Bitcoin has halved its mineable supply, right? So supply and demand is much more in favor for a higher Bitcoin price today. And just all the other fundamental things that are better for Bitcoin, even though, I'm not a big Bitcoin fan, but you do actually have a country that is making it its legal tender, which, again, I don't want to get into debate about that, but that is a bullish thing. You have Fortune 500 companies like Tesla, one of the most valuable companies in the world, has it on its balance sheet. That wasn't in 2017 either, right? So real fundamental things that make the likelihood of Bitcoin going below 2017, when it didn't have any of these things, not probable. And not only has Bitcoin never touched its previous market cycle top, it's never really got that close to it. So with the last pullback, sorry, there are people yelling in the neighborhood. With the last pullback, and I mean the last pullback about 6 months ago, we got to 30,000. So I'm watching that $30,000 number as something that we might get close to. If we don't touch it, and we bounce hard off 35 and we continue on, I could see that as probable. And sorry, I got a chat here. And I think we continue on. And I do think a lot of coins that haven't pumped are going to crush it, like your OG coins, like your Bitcoin Cashes, your Litecoins, your Neo, your all those ones that really, your coins that do have communities that didn't really surpass what they did in the previous cycle, will finally have that time to shine. Now, there's coins that have really outperformed this cycle that I would be careful with, you know, some that I've made money on, that I've trimmed a little bit, to be honest. And they're coins that I think could fundamentally do well. I'm talking about Luna, I'm talking about Cardano, I'm talking about Solana. Those coins, you know, have really done amazing this cycle if you really look at its price action. But those coins I would not be, you know, they have more room to fall, is what I mean. So I would be careful with those. I'm not saying, if you really know the project and you really believe in it, again, with everything, I'm just speaking about what I'm doing. This is not financial advice. And then you really have to think about your life in general on how you view crypto. Like, I view crypto, like, the reason I'm into crypto is because of a project like Bitcoin Cash. Honestly, like, use a cryptocurrency and tell me there's a better currency than Bitcoin Cash. Use the Bitcoin.com wallet. Send someone some money. I just sent my sister-in-law some money now, and I'm going to give my nephews Bitcoin Cash because they just got their first cell phones. I think they're almost 13. Start them young, And I'm here to build in Bitcoin Cash. I'm an investor, but I'm a builder in Bitcoin Cash. I want to invest in businesses. I want to bring awareness. I want to change the world. Bitcoin Cash is the best opportunity, to do it this way, to change the world out of any other cryptocurrency out there currently with its fundamentals. And nobody's talking about it. And nobody's talking about Smart BCH. Smart BCH is one of these DeFi networks that actually works, still not decentralized, which is a problem. But that could change with the May upgrade with Shawgate, the DeFi network. But the fees, it's Bitcoin Cash has stayed consistent to low fee and being money. And I think the next billion users, like Mark Lamb says, in cryptocurrency will be fee sensitive. Somehow the crypto market here, because no one really uses it, right, doesn't care about fees. And if you understand markets and pricing it, if you own a business, Ryan, any thoughts on Reggie Middleton's Veritaseum? I don't know what you're talking about, but I will look it up. I don't have thoughts about it. Please, if you could educate me in the comments here, what that is. I can't speak intelligently about it. So it's a little bit touching on Bitcoin Cash, but the broader markets, I would not feel comfortable. I mean, there's certain coins that have a lot more downside. Coins, your blue chips, your OG coins, I don't think have the same kind of downside. I think you're looking at maybe another 50%. And that's like unlikely. And I view, but you're talking about the upside potential of crypto, still thousands of percent, right? So you want to trade around to not take a 50% whack, which I know, if you haven't made money in crypto, you haven't been into it in years, it's a little bit more psychologically tough, right? I've been in crypto for 5 years now. So bought through the bear market, went through a cycle. I know what happens. I know the pain. I have the emotional intelligence to deal with it. But sad I can buy more BCH now, all in 80% in BCH. Back to the Reggie. I asked because it will affect the crypto. Officially has patents on much of blockchain activity. I do know our friend Craig Stephen Wright has tried to patent a lot of things on blockchains. Patents are illegitimate. Patents are illegitimate property, in my opinion, and I don't think they're gonna really fly in the crypto world. But it doesn't mean there won't be a lot of friction with it. Don't get me wrong. So I'll look more into that. I know the BSV chain, like that's like the real idea here, is that they've gone kind of boundless and expand the block sizes, and they've patented it. And now when other people have to do it, they'll have to. It's silly. I don't see it happening. The Bitcoin Cash podcast. Crypto is over. You are right. It's time to sell all your crypto. Let's go back to fiat money. Let's not give a chance for the world, to the billions of people in the world that don't have access to the global financial system. Like, that's never going to happen. Like, it's all over. It's all over, right? All right. Jeremy, I love the introduction that you did. We got my son Miles at the end of it. That's awesome. I showed it to him. He loved it. But yeah, so Jeremy has probably a different opinion than I. He probably sees maybe a multi-year bear market in crypto. And I think, you know, he probably sees the fall of BTC faster. I do think next cycle, you know, you could really see BTC get dethroned. It'll be an epic day because then, you know, the whole store value proposition gets, you know, falls on its head. But I still think, call me crazy, you know, and the biggest thing I am self-aware about with crypto in terms of, you know, I'm still bullish, right? Is that I really genuinely love crypto. Like I genuinely believe like crypto gives like life more meaning. Like it gives my life more purpose. Like we have this technology that can, you know, dry up the state stealing wealth from people and give access, you know, to more people to the, you know, financial world, which will just improve life for everyone, right? So it's such a easy thing to romanticize. It's very easy to romanticize crypto because it is to me, it's, you know, something I love, something I feel romantic about. But will that get me caught in, you know, being blind, being deep in profits? I agree BTC is going to get de-seeded, at least make it just another top coin. People, let me pull that back up, top chat. People figure out what these coins do, it's all over. Yeah, I mean, really, you can be very slow moving currency and you can be very expensive to move and you can have $1 trillion market cap, right? Because you have a strong brand. First mover advantage was huge, but no one really uses it. Like again, even El Salvador again, right? Like they're using they're using like something that's easier to use than Bitcoin. Like I don't know. Like if you're really following it, that's why, you know, like I just onboarded my sister-in-law in a crypto. She thought it was the coolest thing. Like I sent her BCH on her phone, how easy it was. Like so amazed by it. These people don't give a damn about the Civil War that happened, and nobody cares, right? People just want something that's gonna be useful, not get printed away.
Ryan,
what's going on, brother? So yeah, that's but I still think we rip off this band-aid, BTC goes down probably, I'd call for like 33,000. It really put in some fear into people. Buyers scoop up as we know, they test that downward range of 30,000, and we reformulate, and I think we get the blow off top. I do think it's finally getting bullish, that the sentiment is finally bearish, right? Like, you know, being contrarian is actually like, you know, a good sign. Bitcoin, Jeremy says, we're going to have a rough time until BTC isn't the market leader. That's yeah, in terms of like actually giving people something that can make their lives better, yeah, as long as Bitcoin's ahead, you know, blockchains run the game, and the people that run the financial world now will continue to run the financial world. And the fact that they could win, I guess, is bullish for Bitcoin. But like, what do we really do in terms of changing the world, right? And creating a more egalitarian, making the world more equitable, you know, for people to have access to the financial system. Got more comments here. I think smart money already knows what the real value coins are. They just aren't saying or moving it that way. Yeah, I think, I mean, if you look at volume too, it's so fascinating that BCH is, you know, has like the 4th most volume, almost like this as much daily volume as Ethereum, and yet is a fraction of market cap, right? Like it almost does its market cap and volume daily, which is insane. And I mean, there's something going on. Obviously, I know it has a lot to do with CoinFlex, has a lot to do with Smart BCH, but eventually, I mean, there's no other currency that has much volume close to its market cap than BCH, which tells you something. Short squeeze coming. Yeah, I wouldn't. Again, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, and the smart people like Jeremy in this chat, you know, and a lot of other smart people said the cycle's over. I just can't get there, but maybe I'm a perma bull, you know, and maybe I'll have to pay for that financially, but The upside gets me fired up. What do we got here? We got, yeah, the volume. I do think it has a lot to do with, you know, what is aggregating now with Smart BCH. You know, CoinFlex uses it as their, you know, they pretty much, CoinFlex is built on BCH. So a lot of that moves daily on the exchange. Ray says, keep up the great work, Ryan. Patience is a virtue. Yeah, I mean, you know, to me, it's not being like people, you know, I always say, you know, with business or anything, it takes years to become an overnight success, right? Like, if you're not, yeah, to me, it's just people misappropriate their expectations of outcomes, you know, and like, I don't know, the journey's funner than anything, you know. Yeah, Jeremy, I mean, there should be a better, you know, I know when it was first pointed out the BCH volume was really high, right? And then CoinMarketCap stopped showing the volume that CoinFlex was doing, and then it dropped. So I thought there was a strong correlation there, and I think it's back on now. So I don't know. Nothing. Another question, or nothing wrong in being a maximalist on a certain coin as long as you are right. Sure. Yeah. As long as you're right, it's cool, right? You know, I'm open to using other cryptos, and I'm not necessarily a maximist, but I just have one it's very easy to use. OG, utility over price. Yeah, tune those there'll be greater harmony between utility and price. Right now, the universe is a little out of whack with fundamentals. That'll change. That'll absolutely change. But yeah, guys, I'm calling for, you know, I think we get another few weeks of bleeding out. Something really scary will happen. Then we'll all survive it. And crypto's inevitable. You know, it's you know, people that are in this chat, people that are, you know, already using it are so far ahead. And we just got to onboard the rest of the world, you know. I think about maybe less than, I think in terms of like America, I think like maybe 10% of the population owns crypto by now. But the world is certainly like 1%. We got a lot of work to do, guys. We got a lot of people to onboard. And it's going to be the longer time goes, it's an easier sell. As price performance and things, you know, prove to people. Grayscale holds massive amounts of BCH. Do they use that to keep the prices down? You know, I know there are short pressures. You know, a lot of stock and cryptos are, you know, in short positions that do suppress the value, and there are squeezes, and you know, I've been in stocks, and squeezes are a lot of fun, right? And I can't, who's the content creator that's been making these pump videos, and he's showing like these Fibonacci levels, and he has, I think, Bitcoin Cash going like $15,000, and like the videos are getting lots of views, you know, like a lot of people, you know, it's interesting, a lot of these channels that they'll pop up like a random Bitcoin Cash video, it'll like outperform all their other videos, right? Like there's a big interest in Bitcoin Cash. There's a huge community about it too. Like our BTC has 800,000 people, you know, and there's more merchants use it than anything. You know, there's something going on here, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. I'm glad to be in the community. I'm glad that I love talking to other people, you know, like-minded people that are in the community. And I don't know, I think we have the right sentiment to change the world. Lewis Jackson, yeah, the YouTuber, has some great BCH videos. He just released one yesterday. Yeah, everyone check out his video. And if you thought you were bullish on Bitcoin Cash, he may not even like Bitcoin Cash, right? Like he just likes coins that he thinks are gonna pump. And look, I'm not, I've watched a million chartists. I can understand a chart on, you know, Fibonacci levels and certain things. I mean, I'm more of a qualitative investor than a technical analysis investor, right? Like I look for good fundamentals, you know, and good quality investments. So I don't even know if like he's really into BCH or not, but good quality videos, very well articulated, seems to really, you know, competence and his videos are doing really well. So I think it's worth a watch. And Jeremy, have you checked him out, Lewis Jackson? His channel is like, he just started, and his BCH videos are doing very well. And look, it's not necessarily good to blow up your channel because I'm saying Bitcoin Cash is going to 20,000 a year from now, right? Like, that's not how you change the world, but price does matter. Like people can't, like investors, your coin eventually has to perform, right? Like, and that's the whole thesis, right? So you do need some hopium. You need belief, right? And what we have to decide apart from that. Jeremy says he seems like he's done one for every coin. Yeah, I know he's doing a lot of coins. I know he's trying to say that, like, in this bull cycle, like, a lot of coins do not perform well, right? A lot of people get on Bitcoin Cash for not breaking its previous all-time high, but like, if you look at the top 50 coins, like, I think only, like, I don't know, there's some small number of coins that have actually really performed really well so far, and yet the market cap's huge for the total market cap. Top chat. People are interested in the price. One of my clips got 10,000 views with talking about the price. I saw that, dude. I saw our last podcast. It looks like it's getting up to like over 3,000 views, and then that one clip I saw got 10,000 views. And there's a lot of, but if you look at channels like that are talking about price, and they bring up Bitcoin Cash, like, those videos are performing better than a lot of their other videos, for example. Oh, sorry. What else? Sorry, I'm just going back in comments. The bankers are keeping the vision of real value coins unclear to the masses. They only can see the dollar basis value illusion. Yeah. I mean, if you look at like the prices of cryptos, I don't know. Right now, I saw Bitcoin is like, BTC was 40,000 last year, 40,000. Like, most coins are pretty stagnant on year charts now. Like the cycle went on for a while, right? So that's maybe a reason to be bearish, if we're not in an elongating cycle. And spy them. Custodial wallets. Yeah. But I think as we had to keep our community growing here, keep a charge into non-custodial, deflationary money that's easy to use for the world, and eventually, I guess, as the thesis of the Bitcoin Cash podcast is covering Bitcoin Cash on its rise of global reserve currency. When does that happen? We all hope for sooner than later. Yeah, the Shrey TV guy. Yeah, super nice guy. I've actually chatted with him a little on Instagram. Shrey TV. He's on the Bitcoin Cash Bowl. And I love Shrey, and but all of these chartists, it's a lot easier to get views when I say, like, this coin's going to the moon, right? Just buy it and go to the moon. And look, he may really believe that, and I've been watching a lot of his work, but it's really, some people make a lot of money following charts. I'm not saying that. I'm just not one of them, and watching a lot of other people's charts and predictions not come true. I don't think they're making a lot either. It's always happening, but my estimation, and we're going back to Jeremy's comment here. Sorry, I'm trying to get it's always happening, but my estimation is over the next 20 years at the outside, it will happen gradually. It's so funny you say that, Jeremy. When I watched your new introduction clip, and I was telling my wife, we were driving in the car, I was like, look, Miles is on the Bitcoin Cash podcast introduction, and it's so cool. He's got big figures. You got Jamie Dimon, Craig Wright, Roger Ver, and then you got my son on there, right? And I'm thinking, like Miles will be a part of economic history with the Bitcoin Cash podcast covering this on this intro. Like, he's going to be, when Bitcoin Cash becomes the most, popular currency in the world. That's what I told my wife. I was like, he's going to be a part of it. History will show this little kid talking about Bitcoin Cash. And I feel that. Like, I feel like something big's happening here. You know, the future world, 20 years, I think, is a very realistic expectation. You know, what catalyst will get us there? What will the world look like? You know, if something as good as Bitcoin Cash, and when good I mean like Ethos, you know, beats a system of strong coercion and favors people that control it. Like, it's not going to be a peaceful transfer of money, but I think it'll be, you know, it's like when you watch a country follow, you know, or fall. You watch a country with a dictatorship fall, and like the dictator eventually just gives up because so much of the masses have already, you know, have gone against him. Like I can't, in Egypt about like 10 years ago, they had a dictator that fell, and like he just like knew that the people weren't putting up with it anymore. He's like, I'm gonna get my head hung, or I need to get out of here. Like, I think that's how the good in crypto takes over. Is that so many people just use it, and I think I'm really hoping Smart BCH, which Jeremy and everyone here, I got 13 in the chat. I've started BCH. I'm going to make some videos, like real good tutorial videos. I want to add to the value of Dino Pranz, Vlad Ivanov, Hayden Otto. All those guys are making good Smart BCH content. I've been buying Celery on Mist and getting 200% APY. So that's the first one I feel comfortable. I understand how an annuity works, and I could, you know, like, to me it makes sense. So I started there. Seems like a solid project. You know, nothing is guaranteed in this space, I understand. So I'm and, you know, playing around with it, it's like, man, like Mist is a great, you know, website to use, and software seems solid, and then the network works. You know, what's coming next? You know, what other kinds of money making things can we build on top of it? And what will make people want to unplug from their DeFi networks to come into Smart BCH? That could be a massive thing. And then when people go off chain with it, it's so easy to use, right? Has such a big market cap. And then other people just want it because it's doing so well. More merchants will accept it, right? You know, so many times in promoting BCH, you know, we're trying to get businesses to accept it. You know, we're trying to, like, you know, really, you know, but like when people start begging us to get, you know, for us to give it to them, like, that's when you're going to win. When people just say, no, I want Bitcoin Cash, you know, and they're begging for it, like, that'll be the tipping point. The conversation went into, are we in a bull or bear market? But Bitcoin Cash people don't really care, right? Like, they just want to use crypto. Overall bear market is bullish for BCH. Yeah, I saw, like, I was looking at coins today and just seeing, you know, who's losing, who's bleeding more. Like, around Bitcoin Cash, you have coins like Cosmos and some different coins, like all the ones that have kind of thrown around, like they're bleeding more. I think Bitcoin Cash is down like 3% today. Other coins are falling 10%. So BCH will consolidate, and I think it will climb up in ranking through the bear market, as many fly-by-night projects, you know, are left. And then Bitcoin Cash will fall back into the top 10, and people are like, man, there's really a community here. They're still here. Stuart says we need more coins on Smart BCH like ETH to attract users from other chains. They're coming. Go to marketcap.cash. We are getting lots of activity on Smart BCH. And once Shawgate happens, that's really bullish, right? You have a cheap decentralized network to use. If you can buy for me. I can't buy the dip. Yeah, some of us run out of money sometimes buying the dip. Meme coins stole a lot of value. Distracted a lot of people from the mission at hand. This cycle. What's funny is BCH already pays better than BTC for mining. When do they flip the switch? Jeremy did a good clip on that. I was watching. You know, why, if it's more profitable, why aren't they mining it? Jeremy did a good. Check out the Bitcoin Cash Pot. I can't remember what video he summarized it well, because you automatically think, if they can make more money mining it, why aren't they mining it, right? But Bitcoin Cash does have a good hash rate, not compared to BTC, right? BTC is a huge hash rate, but comparative, like after BTC. Jeremy's saying we don't pay miners more. I don't think we pay less fees, but isn't it more economically viable to mine Bitcoin Cash most of the time? I haven't checked in a while, but I think it has been. But guys, I am still bullish. Call me crazy, but I'm bought more Bitcoin Cash today. Did you? I gave some Bitcoin Cash away too. So anyways, guys, it's getting dark here in South Florida. Y'all be safe. I'll have some smart BCH videos coming soon. Please share any good projects, any good things you guys are finding on smart BCH. You know, because I feel like a lot of these things, you know, a lot of these projects won't be good, right? So gotta be careful with that. But it is very interesting to aggregate, you know, hundreds of % on your Bitcoin Cash. But y'all be safe. I'll see y'all soon. I wish I could get CoinFlex. It's United States can't get CoinFlex, North Korea, Cuba, and Iran. So we're in good company here in the US. Catch y'all.